Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen with a roadmap update looking at some new features that have been added, as well as more details on CitizenCon, which is so close now. We have times for the panels and a warning for those planning to do a watch party or rebroadcast of the live event, and a clarification on the keynote. There is also a quick summary of the RSI sub-update too. You can find time skips to all of that down below. Something you shouldn't skip on though is NordVPN, and I'm shamelessly shilling for them. Links down below. The roadmap has seen updates to the progress tracker as downstream teams have begun to extend their planning into Q4 2021. So basically downstream teams are responsive to the upstream teams, and this basically means we can only see a quarter or so out for what the downstream teams are actually working on. So we've had a load more information though, and we can talk about what those downstream teams are working on over Q4 of this year. We don't know exactly when these sort of features are going to land though, so bear that in mind. Player item shard transition. With the introduction of fully persistent shards, items, ships that are left in open space are bound to that shard until a player collects them and stores them into an inventory or parks a ship at a landing location. To provide a more frictionless experience, there is a system that automatically stores these freely placed items from the shard when areas are streamed out, and places them into a different shard when the player logs into a new shard. And this allows players to find their freely placed ships and items left in open space, regardless of the shard instance that they're assigned during login. I want to do a deep dive into sharding and server meshing, and the steps towards Star Citizen becoming an actual MMO and what that might look like after CitizenCon, because I think we might actually see some more information about this here. But this is super important for server meshing, and as I said, the game becoming an MMO, and may also lead to the ability to, well, if you've 30k and you crash out, you haven't lost your cargo ship. You're exactly where you just left off. Exactly how sharding is going to interact with server meshing, and exactly how that all ties together, and what that sort of means from are there maximum limits of players in this sort of mega meshed server? Does sharding mean actually I won't be able to get to play with certain players in a different set of servers, or from Europe to Americas? We don't know. So we'll be looking at that in the future, as I said. Let's take a look at some of the other features added though. There is work on an expanded character creator, primarily for Squadron 42's campaign, work on a name resolving API, AI landing improvements. This enables AI ships to land and deliver reinforcements on non-structured ground areas like planetary terrain, where a predefined landing area and assistance from air traffic control is not available. This is something that I'm really looking forward to, because it could really flesh out ground missions and have NPCs traversing from planet to space. You could actually have proper assaults. You could have many more reasons to hold ground facilities. I'm hoping we get to see a lot of that in 3.15, just general reasons to attack ground facilities and more missions associated with that. But AI landing improvements, that goes the extra mile. AI navigation links for elevators and transit. So this feature allows NPCs to more readily use and understand the transit systems in-game. How do I get here, and where the exit points are. So you'll see them moving around more regularly to some sort of end. Civilian NPC movement improvements. Various improvements to animation and behavior of civilian NPCs to make them feel less stiff and robotic, allowing them to move in a more natural way. This will also be improving the appearance of their awareness of the surrounding environment and other NPCs in their vicinity. Again, trying to make a more living, breathing world. They're also going to be working on the Grey Cat Industrial Salvage Backpack. There are Lorville and Levski Hospital staff outfits that they are working on, and loadouts for that, along with Area 18 hospital outfits, General Outlaw medical outfits. Assumedly, they're going to be at Grimhex, although I do like the idea of being rescued by Outlaw medics. There are some DNA head texture updates being worked on, or going to be worked on. Texture updates for DNA head archetypes that will improve texture quality for all DNA heads in Star Citizen and Squadron 42. There's Xenothreat armor that's going to be worked on, developing multiple armor variants for the Pyrogang Xenothreat. The functional fire extinguisher is also returned to the progress tracker for work during this quarter. This feature will work alongside fire hazard systems and will be a major part of damage control. Pretty cool. The Grimhex Medical Clinic and Crusader A2 Hercules have been confirmed for 3.15, although we sort of knew that already, and they've sort of firmed up the cards from being tentative to being confirmed as a feature for that patch. Right, let's move on to CitizenCon. We have the schedule now in a bit more detail with the actual times there. Actual times may vary by up to 30 minutes, so bear that in mind. Not the start of the show, though. Well, actually, unless there's a problem. Yeah, this is a rough guide, basically. So, 3 p.m. UTC, opening with Chris Roberts. That's when the show is going to start. Then we have at 3:05, so only 5 minutes with Chris Roberts there, Life in the Verse. Now, this has been confirmed as the main keynote. This is your gameplay demo, almost certainly, and it looks like it might be on for quite a long time, or it's on for a while, and then there's lots of other filler in between. So the next presentation after that is Ship Talk. That's at 5:15 UTC, so that's 2 hours and 10 minutes after the start of Life in the Verse. So I'm not sure if that's an incredibly long sort of presentation or not. Then at 7 p.m. UTC, we have the Gen 12 and the multi-core of Vulcan presentation. And then at 7:40 UTC, we have Crafting Worlds, Planetary Tools and Tech. At 8, we have Server Meshing and the State of Persistence. At 8:30, The Sounds of Space. At 9:15, Systemic Gameplay, Stream of Thought. And then at 11 p.m. UTC, we have Chris Roberts closing us out again. They are planning on uploading the panels on YouTube in potentially 4K on the same day they are shown. So a lot of this stuff is pre-recorded, so it's a mixture of pre-recorded stuff and some live stuff. So don't worry if you miss anything, because you'll be able to watch it pretty soon afterwards. Me and Zin are planning to have a live stream before CitizenCon and during the first set of panels. So you can probably expect us to start at 2 p.m. UTC, and we'll go through and watch the opening and Life in the Verse and probably Ship Talk based on when it is. But then, after that, we are going to be furiously making summaries and videos about what was just shown and for CitizenCon for the rest of the day. But I want to talk about anything new, and those starting presentations are probably the most important. However, I do very much want to watch the Systemic Gameplay Stream of Thought one as well, because Tony Zerovic is a god amongst men, and I really want to know what's going on with all of that sort of dynamic universe sim tech stuff. Obviously, I'm going to be watching all of it and making summaries on all of it, assuming that it has some relevance to the project, which I hope it does, and we'll be talking about everything that's new there. Hopefully there'll be some new ships and that sort of stuff as well. Something of a little bit of a warning and a sort of a statement from Cloud Imperium is that backers are welcome to co-stream and watch the party live, so you can stream it on Twitch and YouTube and all that sort of stuff if you want to. However, Cloud Imperium did warn that they are going to be showing backer videos during the whole show, so they can't 100% guarantee that there's not a music copyright issue with that. They also will be, at the start of that Life in the Verse keynote, be showing a 2-minute sizzle reel that contains copyrighted music, and they want people to be aware of that so they can sort of mute it during that time. Hopefully, Cloud Imperium will go, if you are restreaming and broadcasting, please mute now. That would be lovely, because I am almost certain to forget. Let's take a quick look at the subscriber promotions as well. This month's subscriber flair are Banu's attempts at advert t-shirts in-game. So there's a variety of t-shirt packs. Basic Centurion RSI subs get t-shirt pack 1. Emperators get t-shirt pack 1 and 2, and there's a third pack as well, which is available to buy from the subscribers store. It's cool, silly, slightly warped versions of adverts and the sort of understanding of how ads appeal to humans from Banu, and the sort of more broken sort of live, love, buy. It's that sort of thing, or Big Benny's Noodles done a bit madly. The Cutlass Red is also available to all RSI subs through October to use, and the Speria Talon is available to purchase for them too. If you become an RSI sub before the 12th of October, you'll be part of this month's allocation for that t-shirt sub flare. Buyback tokens, they've been redistributed as well. So if you want to buy back ships, now's a good time. In a quarter's time, you'll have another refresh for your buyback tokens. These allow you to purchase ships with store credit that you have previously melted. That's the idea. Boom, that's it for a news roundup this week. CitizenCon is incoming, so don't miss the mass amount of content we will be making on that. Alpha 3.15 is just around the corner as well. We should see the first wave PTU within the next week or two, based on if they have problems with the EVOCATI build. That's my expectation there, but we'll have to wait and see. But it is very close. But what do you think? What panels are you looking forward to at CitizenCon? Are you excited by anything that's been added to the progress tracker? Will fire extinguishers be immediately useful when implemented? I am looking forward to damage sort of control gameplay. With Cloud Imperium's new release strategy as well, they should be useful immediately. They should come with tangible content, maybe missions where you need to put out fire, and that sort of stuff. But that then begs the question, when is all of that cool stuff in the progress tracker that's being worked on actually going to be in our hands now? And it might be a little while longer than previously sort of planned, but we'll have to wait and see. Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Some people say I shill for NordVPN, but listen to some of these comments that I just made up. I've never fed the love of a woman before, but then I got NordVPN, and that didn't matter.
Doctor said I'd never walk again, but then I got NordVPN. Now I've been running marathons. Also, I got robot legs around the same time. They might have helped somewhat too.
I was a tone-deaf pirate, but after getting NordVPN, I'm able to play the saxophone. Go on, Zin, try and animate all of this.
Click the links below to get NordVPN. It might lead you to a more fulfilling life, but more likely, it will just help protect you from the terrors of the internet. What ship are we giving away in October? It is one of the most exciting ships we've given away, and one of the most popular. It's the Argo Cargo. So many people liked it, we thought we'd give one away, instead of a Mercury Star Runner, or a Carrack, or something else. You can do fun things, like fly around a planet, or fly very slowly into the sun. And it also makes my top 16 ships that I liked in the ship showdown this year. Me and Zin are sort of on holiday for a week, so we had to quickly film a ship giveaway, so we do have CitizenCon coming up, and we may have some other things going on the channel that will make it worth your while commenting, so do what you want. I'm not your dad. You should definitely press the join button below my videos, though, and you should certainly like and subscribe, and bell bother. Click on the bell. I don't know what it does, but it makes me money somehow. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Thanks very much for watching, though, and I'll see you in the next one.